For more than a century, we've been told one story, that everything alive, every creature, every leaf, every cell, traces back to a single spark, one ancestor, branching outward over millions of years. Random, accidental, blind chance and deep time. But what happens when the evidence starts telling a different story? A story of sudden appearance, of unexplainable complexity, of patterns that look less like chaos and more like intention. What if the data is pointing somewhere we were never supposed to look? This is the Darwin dilemma, and it begins at the beginning. Picture the timeline of life as a long story. We're told it opens slowly, simple cells, then gradual change. But the fossil record tells a different story. Around 540 million years ago, something happened that should not happen. In a geological instant, an eye blink on the scale of deep time, nearly all major animal body plans appear fully formed. Not simple, not primitive, complex, coordinated, engineered. No clear ancestors, no slow ramp leading up to it, just arrival. We call it the Cambrian explosion. And it still defies the framework of Darwin's theory. Darwin expected countless transitions, creatures mid-development, step-by-step bridges between what was and what came next. Instead, we see abrupt appearance, stability, and disappearance. Species arrive fully formed and remain unchanged for millions of years, as if they were placed, not shaped. When Darwin wrote, a cell was thought to be simple. We now know it carries a digital code, 3 billion letters long, operating with the precision of advanced software. Not random, not chaotic, structured, layered, compressed, like language, like mathematics, like engineering. And if random keystrokes can't write a program, how could random mutations write life? The odds of forming just one functional protein by chance are 1 in 10 to the power of 77. Even if every atom in the universe tried a new combination every second, since the beginning of time, it still wouldn't happen once. That isn't randomness, that's an algorithm. The fossil record was supposed to seal the case. Instead, we see long silence, then sudden appearance. Species hold steady, sometimes for tens of millions of years, then vanish, replaced not by half steps, but by other complete forms. This isn't a gentle slope, it's a staircase with missing steps. And the more fossils we uncover, the sharper those gaps become. Consider whales. To turn a land mammal into a modern whale requires thousands of coordinated changes. The spine, the rib cage, the lungs, the birthing system, the sonar, the flippers, the tail fluke. Each depends on the others. All must appear together, close enough in time to function, or the organism fails. No fossils show that full transition. None. We're told humans and chimps are nearly identical, yet modern genetics shows significant differences in regions that govern. Language, abstract thought, symbolic memory, imagination. The difference isn't in strength or bone, it's in consciousness. A chimp can feel hunger, a human can ask what hunger means. A chimp can fear death, a human can contemplate existence. We don't just survive, we interpret. We compose music, make art, tell stories, pursue purpose. Whatever we are not an accident. For decades, questioning Darwin was off limits. Careers ended, papers rejected, doors closed, but evidence doesn't ask permission. Today, over 1,000 PhD scientists from leading institutions publicly state Darwinian evolution cannot account for the complexity we now see. These are not outsiders, they are the experts. And they're saying clearly, the story we were given is not enough. So if life does not arise from chaos alone, what does it arise from? Because what we observe looks like code, architecture, intention, a signature. Darwin's theory wasn't the enemy, it was a beginning. But we've reached the edge of that map. The question now isn't just where life came from, it's why it appears to be meant. Maybe the universe is not a cold accident. Maybe life is not a fluke. Maybe consciousness is not a chemical glitch. Maybe we were meant to ask this question. If this stirred something in you, don't ignore it. Once you notice the cracks, you can't unsee them. We were taught a neat, simple explanation for life. But the evidence isn't neat, it isn't simple, and it isn't closed. Sit with the discomfort. Interrogate what you thought you knew. Look again. Curiosity is the first step. Silence is how the truth stays hidden.